Eric Gomez. We're all moving forward with the intentions of making that fight. The zone obviously putting pressure on us to make that fight. It's the fight to make. It's there to be made. Hopefully we can...
The boxing universe is buzzing like never before. What felt out of reach only days ago has shockingly turned into reality, catching fans off guard in the most astonishing way.
And it'll be a long time coming just because of the history of everything that went on, but I'm not going to 47, so that's why I really asked him.
It's official, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney are set to clash in the ring. The confirmation of this blockbuster showdown has rocked the boxing world, with fans erupting across social media. Insider reports reveal that following days of high-stakes, behind-the-scenes negotiations, these two undefeated stars have finally struck a deal, setting the stage for what could be the most monumental fight of 2026.
This fight now is even more juicy than it was the first time around when they were talking about it. When they were talking about it the first time around, Haney was red hot as undisputed lightweight champion, and Shakur was the boogeyman who was very good, but was having trouble locking in those big games.
Right.
I gotta.
The official announcement dropped just hours after Shakur Stevenson replied to Haney's public challenge online, though sources say serious negotiations had been quietly underway for weeks. The behind-the-scenes story of how this fight came together, and the jaw-dropping concessions both fighters agreed to, is nothing short of astonishing, showing just how determined each camp was to make this showdown a reality. But before we dive into all the explosive details of the deal, let's rewind and look at how this all began, and why so many thought this matchup would never happen. Only days ago, Devin Haney took to social media with a daring declaration that blindsided the entire boxing world, shocking fans with its timing and sheer confidence.
Grow into whatever weight you're in.
All of us is close to the same size. We're all growing together. We're all getting bigger. It's only so many guys that we can make big money and people want to see the fights. Which even though I know that they're making new guys, there's guys like fucking Kermel.
Haney took to X and declared, "Me versus Shakur is the next biggest fight in boxing. I want him, and Keshan's little bro, then big bro." The challenge was bold, public, and impossible to ignore, putting intense pressure on Stevenson to either step up or risk appearing afraid of the challenge. Many boxing insiders suggest that Haney's team strategically timed this call-out to follow Shakur's commanding win over Timo Lopez, capitalizing on the surge of momentum and media buzz at its highest point.
And brought in Debo, Devin the Dream Haney for the live fight broadcast. And both of you is on the list.
Insiders close to Haney's camp say they saw this as the ideal moment to make their move, knowing Shakur would be riding a wave of confidence and wouldn't want to appear weak in public. A source involved in the negotiations revealed that Haney's team had been plotting this social media challenge for nearly 2 weeks, waiting for the perfect timing to unveil it. From a promotional perspective, the strategy was genius. It immediately focused all eyes on Haney and Stevenson, while other potential matchups, like with Conor Ben, were still stuck in negotiation limbo.
Dev, is that back on the table as far as us as fans should be talking about this, or is that y'all niggas just doing some Twitter shit?
Nah, I mean, that's cool. Like I told you, I'll fight him. I'll move up to 40 and fight him. Like there's no changing what I think about that fight. I think that'll be a big fight too in the sport of boxing.
Shakur's reply came fast, and it carried a mysterious edge that had everyone scrambling to interpret his meaning. Quoting Haney's tweet, he simply wrote, "Be careful what you ask for. Things might just happen." Music, that brief, cryptic message sent the boxing world into overdrive, with fans and analysts debating whether Stevenson was accepting the challenge or just flexing his confidence. Yet, sources close to Shakur's team told trusted journalists that this wasn't random trash talk. It was a signal that serious negotiations were already in motion. One insider with direct knowledge revealed that Shakur and Haney's camps had been quietly hashing out terms for at least 10 days before the public even caught wind of the showdown.
Is this what is good? Devin Haney said
Never earned $1 million.
You said that he would earn $1 million or something along that line. What do you make of his comment?
I never said that. No, I promoted him. I paid him over $1 million about 8 times. So I knew all about it. I'm just being honest. His performance.
The back and forth on social media was reportedly a calculated move designed to generate huge buzz and apply maximum pressure. The goal? To get promoters and networks to meet the financial demands of both fighters. Many insiders see this as a masterstroke. By creating a public spectacle, the fighters drove fan excitement, leaving promoters like Eddie Hearn and networks such as DAZN with no choice but to treat the fight seriously and unlock the necessary funds.
Court still got, Ryan Garcia. It's a huge fight. It's a lot of guys coming up. They make a new guy every day. We got Abdullah Mason, we got Kermel. It's young guys coming up, and I see them in the rear view. So I'm not.
What unfolded next in the negotiations is where the story gets truly fascinating, highlighting just how complex it is to stage megafights in today's boxing landscape. Sources close to the discussions revealed that the biggest hurdle at first was agreeing on the weight class and the rules surrounding it. Shakur currently reigns as the WBO super lightweight champion at 140 pounds, while Devin Haney holds the WBO welterweight title at 147 pounds, creating a natural 7-pound difference. Insiders say Shakur's team initially pushed for a strict 10-pound rehydration clause, music, the same condition he had demanded in his previous, collapse talks with Conor Benn.
How does that fight get made then?
If he's not going to agree, then we probably don't fight. So he's just wasting time. We'll see, but I'm a businessman at the end of the day, and like I said, he did a rehydration clause with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank was in the ring half dead. Why can't he do the same thing?
The rehydration clause was designed to prevent Haney from gaining too much weight after the official weigh-in, stopping him from entering the ring with a huge size advantage. But insiders say Haney's camp fought back fiercely, with his father, Bill Haney, reportedly insisting in private meetings that Devin wouldn't accept any artificial limits. One source present during a tense virtual negotiation revealed that tempers flared when neither side was willing to compromise. The turning point came when promoters, eager to make this blockbuster happen and cash in on the enormous payday, suggested a middle ground solution. According to sources, the final deal sets a catchweight of 144 pounds, splitting the gap between super lightweight and welterweight, creating a fair battleground for both fighters.
This happens right now. This is the right timing too, because both are at a good moment in their careers.
Very high.
It's actually,
and there's a title on the line.
It's actually simmered better than it had back then. And back then it was really, really something that you wanted to see. But now, because of Shakur's recent...
In addition, sources say a modified rehydration clause was agreed upon, limiting Haney to regaining just 12 pounds after the weigh-in, far less restrictive than he originally wanted, giving Shakur a measure of size protection. This compromise reportedly satisfied both camps. Stevenson gained security in the ring, while Haney avoids dropping all the way to 140 pounds or accepting the strict 10-pound limit that derailed the Benn fight. Insiders familiar with the financial side reveal that both fighters are set to earn career-high purses, with the bout expected to generate at least $50 million from pay-per-view and sponsorship deals. While the exact split remains confidential, sources suggest it's roughly 60-40 in Shakur's favor, reflecting his status as the defending champion and his momentum following the dominant win over Timo Lopez.
Although he beat Brian Norman, and it's a massive achievement, I just think that he's not fighting to his capabilities. I think he's gun-shy. But I still, if you listen to my interviews, what I say is I give him respect. He deserves that respect and credit because he's a 3-division world champion.
Ultimately pushed the fight over the finish line, multiple sources say, was the involvement of a major Middle Eastern investor who recognized the global appeal of this matchup. Reports indicate that Turki Al-Sheikh, known for transforming boxing with his massive financial backing, stepped in personally to help close the gap between the fighters' demands. An anonymous promoter revealed that without Turki's intervention and his guarantee to meet both sides' asking prices, this showdown likely never would have materialized. According to insiders, the tentative date is set for late May or early June 2026, giving both fighters plenty of time to prepare. Madison Square Garden is the leading candidate to host the bout, though there's strong interest from Las Vegas venues, and potentially even Saudi Arabia, if Turki decides to bring it there.
I'm scared of... I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer.
Sources involved in the venue discussion say MSG is ready to guarantee a sold-out crowd and has already started preliminary marketing talks with both camps to coordinate promotion. The official announcement is expected within the next 7 to 10 days, once all contracts are finalized and the press conference is scheduled. Now, let's break down what this fight truly means for both fighters, and why the stakes are sky-high for their careers and legacies. For Shakur Stevenson, this is a chance to silence critics who label him as boring and prove he can dominate another elite defensive fighter in a high-pressure, widely watched matchup. Many analysts believe that a win over Haney would instantly vault Stevenson into the top 3 of the pound-for-pound rankings and open the door to even bigger welterweight showdowns in the future.
T don't know exactly who he's facing, and I just feel like Shakur is just so focused, so locked in. But not only that, I just feel like his IQ is just on a whole nother level. Shakur IQ is crazy, for real. And he's going to show that, January 30th.
Sources close to Shakur's camp say his long-term plan includes moving up to challenge for titles at 147 pounds, and possibly even 154 pounds, as his body continues to grow and develop. Music, an insider familiar with his thinking, revealed that he sees the Haney fight as the ultimate test to prove whether his defensive mastery can neutralize a naturally bigger opponent. For Devin Haney, this matchup is about more than just a win, it's a chance to shake off the boring decision fighter label. Throughout his career, Haney has faced criticism for playing it safe, often avoiding the risks that create thrilling, headline-grabbing moments. Sources close to his team say he believes a decisive victory over Shakur would finally cement his reputation as one of boxing's elite stars, earning the recognition he has long deserved. A trainer from Haney's gym revealed that Devin has been fixated on this fight for over a year, confident that his size advantage will play a key role. But what has boxing purists buzzing is the stylistic clash. Both fighters are defensive geniuses, relying on brains over brute force to control the ring at the highest level. Many analysts predict this could turn into a tactical battle reminiscent of Floyd Mayweather versus Aaron Lampley, where two defensive masters counter everything the other attempts. Tim Bradley recently commented that Shakur's footwork and ring intelligence give him the edge, while Andre Ward believes Haney's size and reach could prove too challenging to overcome.
Shakur is still getting better. He's still growing as a fighter. He's still growing as a man. He's not even at his peak yet.
Fan reactions to this fight have been completely polarized, sparking heated debates over who will come out on top, and whether the bout will be a technical masterpiece or a dull slog. One viral tweet, liked over 50,000 times, read, "Shakur versus Haney is either going to be a masterclass or a snoozefest, no in between, and I honestly can't predict which." Another popular post argued, this fight separates the true boxing fans from the casuals. If you don't appreciate this matchup, you don't get the sport. The split perfectly illustrates the divide between hardcore fans, who value technical brilliance, and casual viewers, who crave knockouts and high drama. Promoters are counting on both fighters' massive social media followings and the rivalry narrative to generate enough buzz to drive huge pay-per-view sales.
But I just don't think he's exciting to watch. I don't think he's going to be a draw outside of getting paid for those Saudi events. And I think if that stopped, you'd see that quite quickly. But he's a very good fighter. He's tough to beat. But if you think that was exciting to watch...
Sources close to the promotional plan say both camps are set to engage in carefully crafted trash talk and face-offs, designed to go viral without crossing the line into real disrespect. A marketing executive reportedly told colleagues that the campaign will lean heavily on the undefeated versus undefeated storyline, emphasizing that someone's perfect record is on the line. The fighters' training camps are expected to play a massive role, as even minor technical tweaks could determine who wins each round. Insiders say Shakur plans to bring in multiple southpaw sparring partners to replicate Haney's height, reach, and patient, defensive style as accurately as possible. Meanwhile, Haney's team is reportedly analyzing Shakur's past fights, searching for tendencies and patterns they can exploit in the ring. A strength and conditioning coach who works with elite-level fighters predicts both camps will prioritize stamina, anticipating that this battle could very well go the full 12 rounds.
My natural self, more of who I really am. And in past fights, you guys see me, as a more of a shell of myself, because.
The selection of judges and referee will also be absolutely crucial, because in a tightly contested, technical bout, the right officials can literally decide who leaves the ring victorious. Insiders expect both camps to carefully negotiate which athletic commission oversees the fight and which judges are appointed, aiming to eliminate any chance of bias. The stakes for the welterweight and super lightweight divisions are enormous. Whoever wins instantly becomes the top target for every other champion. If Shakur comes out on top, sources indicate he would likely move up full-time to 147 pounds, setting his sights on champions like Mario Barrios or even a blockbuster clash with Terence Crawford if the opportunity arises. On the other hand, if Haney secures a decisive victory, those close to him suggest he would pursue a rematch with Ryan Garcia to finally settle the controversy from their first encounter.
Ryan Garcia, you good for nothing in the sport of boxing. You come out with 4 or 5 days left to your 4th positive PED test, and you say now you want to start your own league, that you don't care if you're banned from the sport of boxing. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, you and everybody with you need a foot in your...
The fighter who comes up short in Shakur versus Haney won't have their career over, but their bargaining power and the scale of future opportunities will certainly take a hit. An anonymous promoter told boxing journalists that in today's landscape, a single loss to another elite opponent doesn't end a career, but it does make arranging the next super fight far more challenging. As the official announcement approaches, both camps are expected to ramp up social media activity and public statements to generate maximum hype for the showdown. The press conference unveiling the fight is shaping up to be one of the most watched boxing events of the year, with fans eager to hear both fighters break down their strategies. Sources familiar with the plan say promoters are even considering a multi-city press tour, hitting New York, Los Angeles, and possibly London, to fuel global anticipation for this monumental matchup.
And Haney still being undefeated and having righted the ship, winning as an underdog against Brian Norman. I rate that. I rate when you take on a fight as an underdog and you win it. I rate that. You know, that's why Haney, for me, got into the circle of trust, because he wasn't trying to...
The boxing world hasn't seen this level of excitement for a pure boxer versus boxer showdown since Floyd Mayweather's prime, back when technical mastery alone could captivate millions. That's it for now. For the latest news, highlights, and everything happening in the world of boxing, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss top-tier content like this. Until next time, stay tuned and take care.